Welcome to Interview Mock Lab podcast. Today we're looking at how you can become a content creator. You've probably scrolled through social media, watched videos, and maybe thought, hey, I could do that. Well, you probably can. And today we're going to unpack the key steps to get started.
Exactly. We're seeing a real explosion of people getting into content creation. And it's definitely moving beyond just a hobby. For a lot of people, it's becoming a real career path.
Yeah.
Let's maybe break down what being a content creator actually, means.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. What does a content creator really do? It feels like such a broad term sometimes.
Fundamentally, they're digital storytellers.
Yeah.
Or educators or entertainers, sometimes all three. They craft narratives, they share knowledge, they try to spark conversations with their audience, and they use all sorts of media, right? Videos, blog posts, social media updates, podcasts.
Yeah.
You think about maybe a really clear explainer video you saw or, some viral trend. That's content creation.
So it's definitely more involved than just like hitting post.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
The creative part is huge, obviously. But successful creators, they're also marketers, they're brand builders. They have to think about who they're trying to reach and how to make stuff that doesn't just connect, but also, attracts maybe collaborators or sponsors down the line.
Right, that makes sense. It sounds like you wear a lot of hats. What would a, say, typical day look like for someone doing this full time?
It's pretty varied, honestly.
Yeah.
You might start with brainstorming, researching ideas. Then a big chunk of time goes into the actual making and editing, the video, the photos, the writing. But it doesn't stop there. You've also got to engage with your community, like reply to comments, messages, then analyze how your stuff is performing, looking at the stats, the metrics, figuring out what worked, what didn't, adjusting your plan. Plus, collaborating with others, maybe brands, and definitely keeping up with platform changes and new trends. It's constant.
Wow, okay. A lot going on. But what's the big draw? Why are so many people jumping into this?
I think a huge part of it is the creative freedom. It's a way to really express yourself, share what you're passionate about, whether that's cooking, fitness, travel, tech, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can build something around it.
Yeah, I can see that appeal, just making something that's purely yours.
Totally. And it can get really specific. We see channels about minimalist living or homesteading. They build these really dedicated audiences through just being authentic, sharing their personal story. It taps into that desire people have for maybe a more intentional life, and that realness connects.
That's a great example. It shows you don't need a massive mainstream topic to succeed.
Not at all. And then beyond just the creative side, there are real monetization opportunities. It's become a legitimate career path. You could have multiple income streams.
Like what kinds of streams?
Well, there's ad revenue, say from YouTube, affiliate marketing, where you recommend products, brand partnerships, sponsored posts, even direct support from your audience, like through Patreon.
So people are actually building real businesses doing this.
Absolutely. There are tech reviewers, for instance, who've built, multi-million-dollar businesses from what started as just a passion project.
Wow.
And it's not just the huge names. Even creators with smaller niche audiences can earn a good income if they partner smartly with relevant brands.
That's really encouraging. What else? Any other big advantages?
Personal branding is a big one. By consistently putting out valuable stuff in your area, you kind of become known for that. You build authority. People see you as a go-to tech expert or a trusted fitness coach or whatever your niche is.
Right.
That builds trust, loyalty, and it opens doors for collaborations, maybe even opportunities outside of just creating content.
It's like building your reputation online, in public.
Pretty much. And another huge plus is flexibility. Often you can work from anywhere. You set your own schedule. That freedom to balance work with, travel, family, other passions. That's a massive draw for a lot of people.
Okay, the why is definitely strong. So for someone listening now thinking, all right, I'm in, where do I start? What's step one?
The absolute first step has to be identifying your niche. What makes you unique? What are you genuinely passionate about? What experiences or knowledge do you have that you can share? Authenticity really resonates, It's what hooked people.
So it's not just about jumping on the latest viral thing?
Ideally, no.
Yeah.
I mean, being aware of trends helps, but focusing on something you truly care about makes it sustainable. It's easier to keep going, keep creating, if you actually love the topic. We've seen creators find success in really specific areas just by being honest and, themselves.
Yeah, passion fuels the work. Okay, niche identified. What's next?
Choosing your platform. Or platforms, maybe. Because different ones suit different kinds of content. YouTube is great for longer videos, tutorials, deep dive, storytelling. It rewards watch time.
Right.
Instagram is super visual. Think photos, short reels. Aesthetics matter a lot there.
And TikTok.
TikTok's all about that short-form viral content, fast-paced, trend-driven, really bite-sized stuff. Then you have blogs for longer written content, if that's your thing. Good for SEO, monetization via ads or affiliate links. Podcasts, obviously, for audio discussions, interviews, storytelling. Even LinkedIn is growing for video, especially for professionals building their brand.
So you really need to think about where your ideal audience hangs out and what format fits your style best.
Exactly. And some creators use multiple platforms strategically, like long vlogs on YouTube, behind the scenes on Instagram stories, quick tips on TikTok. Using several can definitely widen your reach, but only if it makes sense for your niche and you can manage it.
Okay, niche platform, now the actual creating. What if someone's thinking, I don't have fancy gear or amazing editing skills?
That's super common. And the good news is you really don't need top-of-the-line stuff to start. But learning the basics of a few key tools will definitely help you make your content look and sound more professional over time.
Like what kind of tools?
For video editing, there are some really user-friendly options now. Some have like drag and drop interfaces, making it less intimidating. For graphics, thumbnails, social posts, there are accessible design tools. You don't need to be a pro designer. And for audio, if you're doing podcasts or voiceovers, again, there are tools for that. Some video editors even have decent audio features built in.
So start simple, learn as you go.
Exactly. Basic filming techniques can make a huge difference, even with just a smartphone. You can always upgrade equipment later. We see creators known for amazing quality, and yeah, they use pro tools. But learning the fundamentals early helps you scale up that quality when you're ready.
Okay, that's good to know. So tools aside, what makes content actually good? What should people aim for?
Quality over quantity, generally. Your content should aim to do at least one of these things: educate, entertain, or inspire, ideally maybe all three. When you consistently provide value, that's what builds a following and gets people engaging.
Can you give an example of what that value looks like?
Sure. Think about a YouTube channel that focuses on, say, small apartment design. It educates by giving practical tips for tiny spaces. It entertains with maybe before and after reveals or visually nice shots. And it inspires by showing what's possible, even in a small home. That combination is really powerful for keeping people coming back.
I see. Educate, entertain, inspire. Got it. So you're making great stuff, building an audience. How do you actually make money from this? How does a monetization work?
Okay, there are several main ways. A big one is sponsored posts or brand collaborations. This is where you partner with brands that ideally align with your content and your values. Authenticity is super important here.
Right, because your audience trusts you.
Exactly. Promoting something you don't actually believe in can really backfire, so choose partners carefully.
Makes sense. What else?
Ad revenue is common, especially on platforms like YouTube, where they share revenue from ads shown on your videos. Affiliate marketing is another big one. You recommend products, maybe stuff you use yourself, and get a commission if people buy through your link, like camera gear, software, things like that.
Okay.
And some creators offer premium content, maybe through Patreon, or sell their own merchandise, or digital products like ebooks or courses. Often, creators use a mix of these. Maybe affiliate links for tech they review, some brand deals, plus YouTube ad money. Diversifying helps create a more stable income.
Right. Diversification is smart. Okay. Looking bigger picture, for someone starting out who really wants to make a go of this, what are some key tips for success?
Number one, consistency. Developing a regular content schedule and sticking to it is crucial. Use planning tools like a content calendar. Figure out when your audience is most active. Posting regularly keeps you relevant, helps your audience know when to expect stuff, and the platform algorithms tend to like it too.
Okay. Consistency is king. What else?
Engage with your audience. Actually talk back. Reply to comments, do Q&As, use polls. It shows you're listening, builds community, and boosts your visibility. Simple things like asking followers to tag a friend can help with organic growth. Platforms often reward that interaction.
So it's a two-way street, not just broadcasting.
Definitely. And promote your content. Don't just post it and hope for the best. Cross-promote across your different platforms. Maybe use templates to quickly resize things for Instagram versus TikTok versus YouTube Shorts. Also, collaborating with other creators is huge. It exposes you to their audience, like fitness influencers doing a joint live workout or something.
Yeah, tapping into other communities. Smart.
And, this is critical, analyze and adjust. Pay attention to your analytics. Which posts get the most engagement? Where do people drop off in your videos? Platform tools give you tons of data. Use those insights to figure out what's working and maybe pivot away from what's not. Double down on the good stuff. And think about SEO too, especially on YouTube titles, descriptions, tags matter. Make sure your stuff is discoverable and accessible if you host it yourself.
So always be learning from the data.
Always. And finally, stay updated with trends and algorithms. These platforms change fast. Follow industry news, join creator groups. Algorithms shift, like TikTok prioritizing watch time more, or Instagram pushing reels. You need to know what's being favored to stay visible.
It definitely sounds like you need to be adaptable.
You do. But, stepping back from all the strategy, living this content creator life, it really starts with passion. It's about finding that thing you love and wanting to share it. Don't get hung up on needing the absolute best gear right away or knowing every single tool inside out. Every little step counts. That first post, your first comment back, trying a new style, it all moves you forward. There are easy tools to help you start. Planning helps keep you sane. But mostly, it's about being consistent and being authentic. That's how you build real connections. And don't feel like it's too late or too crowded. There's always room for new voices, different perspectives. The creative world needs that variety.
That's really good advice.
Success doesn't happen instantly, but every post, every interaction, every lesson learned, it gets you closer. It's a journey.
A journey worth starting if you have that passion. Well, thank you. This has been incredibly insightful, breaking down how to become a content creator. We really hope this is giving you some valuable information and maybe some inspiration. If you found this helpful, please do like this video and subscribe to the Interview Mock Lab YouTube channel for more explorations like this one.